Okay, so the main thing I see people asking for help in chat is Infernal dungeons. So I'm going to be showing you a team here that can really help out. So, and I'll also be like suggesting replacements. So for the Godless, I personally do Garo, and Shinra, because Shinra can get the Blizzard, but if you don't have Shinra or Garo, Sun Jimu is always a good option, but the Godless aren't really the main part, they just make it easier. You watch, he doesn't have to be boosted, but mine is. Then I would also go for, if you don't have Yuach, Gojo always works, but then I would also go for Ninel. And if you don't have Ninel, you can always use Arthur. She's going to be our starter. And obviously we want 2 money units, which will be Idol. And obviously most people have a Yojin, but I'm going to be using Robin. It doesn't make too much of a difference in this mode, because all we need is Ninel to start. I do suggest trying to get Avatar Plus with her, and you'll see why. So we'll go to Souls, and we want to give Ninel the Brute Soul, just so it starts out easy. You can easily give her Balder. We'll do that, so we'll give her Baldy Soul, and we'll give one of our Godless the Brute Soul, just so they do more damage. We'll give it to Garo. Who've got you kind of on Idol Soul just so he's cheaper, but again, doesn't really matter. They all got a soul now. Shinra hasn't got one. We'll throw. What can we throw on Shinra? Range? Range is always good. Right, let's throw that on Shinra. But like I said, the main thing here is Ninel. Ninel and Yuach, or like Arthur and Gojo, any sort of combination of them will be really good. So let's go to raids. As you can see, I had like 5k and I've just been kind of buying it out of the shop as we go. I've not actually had to do a Infernal dungeon for a while. Now for modifiers, you have to do 2. So what I suggest is the crit one. You don't really want Nullify because you want your nukes. You don't really want speed because that can be difficult. You don't want regen. Bankrupt isn't bad. Sluggish isn't the worst either, so I usually go for Sluggish. If you've not got many dot characters, you can go for Endurance. You don't really want Weakened because actually you can have Weakened, but Yuach is full AoE, and that's we'll switch it for Weakened. You don't want this one definitely because pretty much every unit you have is a hybrid. So I suggest Weakened and Dull, or Dull and Sluggish. And then once you've got those 2, you start. Does it actually say if they're magical enemies or not? Crit for no. Okay, no. Because I know for some modes now they've been making it so magical is pretty much like double damage. Like Gojo on placement will be doing 20 million rather than 10 million, which is wild. But the only mode I've saw that in so far properly is Infinite Tower. Okay, so you're gonna start. I like this corner here, like right here, because that's out of the range of his thing. Oh my god, we have some input delay here. What the hell is that? Okay, there we go. And you want to run all the way back here. Oh, I'm lagging pretty bad. And throw Ninel on here. There we go. And I'm lagging quite bad. I don't know what's going on. And we throw Robin down. Why am I lagging so bad? I've got something turned up I shouldn't have. I think my PC is just tweaking right now. That could have been it. I'm not too sure. Just kind of want to upgrade Idol and Ninel as you can. But as you can see, she's doing really good damage on her own. 11 million already. She should be able to sort them out for a while. You could even try and put in like back, like here or here. I think here could work. then what I usually go for is you watch here and get him to upgrade 3. Because on his 3rd upgrade he gets full AoE. So if we wait a sec. Next wave we should get it. Whereas you can start placing the other people down here. Like I said, if that's Gojo or whoever. Okay, then you watch upgrade 3, and there we go, full AoE Fear. From there I get Garo to 2, so you can get his mode swap, and I get Cosmic. Because of Cosmic Dust, every 5 seconds all enemies in range receive 5% of this unit's damage. Which doesn't seem too much when he's on 80 million. I think that's on like 500k per second. But as we upgrade him in a second, you'll see. Now Ninal's done, we can move her up front, over here, and now she'll be getting a boost off of Shinra because he's water. Max. I can use the ability for her. Let's get Ninal up because her soak is pretty good. It buffs water unit damage, and honestly, as like a damage unit herself, she's not too bad. I think this one is permanent, so we'll turn that on. So now every time anyone enters the map, they should have cripple. I think, I don't know, are they like permanently soaked? I think that's it, yeah. Okay, then, we're already halfway through pretty much. We'll start upgrading. We want Shinra to get to his 7th upgrade. Or is it 6? Not 7 yet. To get the full AoE. And then you want to buff up Garo. So you can see you'll be doing about, what, 10% of that would be 40, so 5% would be 20, so 20 million damage every second just from his Cosmic Storm to every enemy in his range. So like, where's his range even end? Like all the way here, so any enemies in this entire bubble, he'll be doing 20 million damage to per second. And that just stacks. And when we get the final upgrade here, it's going to go up a lot. You can upgrade Shinra and Garo together, because Garo does perfect copy, so he's going to leech off of Shinra's damage. Sometimes it's best to bring a raw damage unit for Garo, such as like Shiro from Fate, since he does like 1 billion raw damage, and Garo can copy like 500 million of that. At like 1.5 billion. So now he'll be doing, say 1 billion there without the buff, so he'll be doing what, like 10% of that, so what, 100 million, so 50 million damage per second on top of what's that, 200 million damage DPS there, which I think does make him one of the best godlings. Shinra is also a goated godly because he's permanently doing like a good element. But the higher we get Shinra up, the higher damage Garo will do. Actually, I think he's copying Ninal right now. Next upgrade, he should be copying Shinra now. 2 billion damage. And after that, you can just throw your spare cash on Quincy King. And there we go. So she's doing 600. He's doing 1.18. And he's doing pretty much 2 billion. And now, like I said, we can just level up your watch just because he buffs them as well with his King's Blessing, 20% damage, which should be making them go up even higher soon. Get the volcanoes when you can, spawn every 5 waves. Like, this is only 2 modifiers. After this we can try it with full modifiers, although I don't think it's going to go well. We'll try and specifically pick a team to target regen and speed, but we'll try. But for anyone that just wants a simple team, I suggest Ninal and you watch. Very easy to get her evo, just do a few grimoire portals and booster. And you watch, you don't even need to boost him, he still gets full AoE in his 3rd upgrade. It's just that his evoed version's a bit better. I think it's mainly the buffs that make his evo better, right? I think it's the fear debuff that makes him a lot better. You can see, nearly done. On wave 29, you kind of want to look in and look for like you kind of want a mini bot there. Now the mini boss has spawned. We've got 6 billion damage. So now he's actually doing 300 million damage per second on top of this from his cosmic fear. But getting it at wave 29 should make it last until wave 30 for the boss. So we shouldn't even need a nuke. You don't even really need to get these last volcanoes, since the game will most likely end before. You'll see him melt the boss's health with the cosmic dust and the actual damage itself. Let's see. It should last long enough, I believe. Yeah, look, the boss is already gone. So there's a easy team. Obviously, you can replace him with Yojin, replace that with Gojo, but I do suggest you watch. You don't really need the godless, they just really, really help. And Ninel's the main thing. If you don't have Ninel, or Noel, sorry, go for Arthur. Like I said, we will try, because I've not actually done this myself yet, a Infernal dungeon with all the modifiers. I have no clue how this is going to go. Because I know we have Speedy and Godly and stuff like that, and I know that's going to really ramp up their HP and everything. But we're going to have Godly, so we cannot use Godless. We could keep a Godly for the Godly buff. I suggest Gojo, because he's just a solid unit, and I feel like we need a regen unit. 100% need a regen unit. So either a Kame, I think a Kame or Akame would be the best bet, because the only other option is Zoro, I think, but he's nature, so it would be doing less damage. Let's go for water. And let's just see. Ice Queen as well would be very good for this. She's a good replacement for Yuach, actually. I forgot about her. We can. I don't think any of them have Mutilate. I mean, we could just try and raw damage them, but the regen could be a big issue. And we won't have any nukes either, or abilities, so we need to keep that in mind. So what's Yuach's final damage, actually? 225. Okay, so we'll switch to Yuach with Esdeath, since she does a 210 plus the Blizzard. Then we definitely need a regen character. So it's either Akame, although she's not got a good trait right now, because what is she? She's reduces regen by 95%. So I think we have to go for her. And now we'll keep Baldy on her. We'll give Gojo the brute soul. Actually, no, we'll give Esdeath the brute soul. She might be our main hitter here. Then we want to give rapid recovery, won't matter. We'll give him the. You want the slow soul or the idle soul? We do want to give Akame Sunjin Woo soul because her hemorrhage. I feel like giving Gojo the idle soul just so he's only 100 less now. We'll go for his soul, strongest sorcerer soul. Right, now we'll see. Make sure they all have a soul. Brute, Baldy, yep. See if we can go for it. So Nullify is probably going to be the biggest difficulty, followed by Regen. And obviously no. And the health buff they'll be getting, does it say anywhere? 50, 25. So they'll be getting a fuck ton more health. So who has Baldy right now? Esdeath. I'm actually going to switch Baldy with Brute, because I feel like, especially in the earlier waves, we're going to need Ninel doing more damage. So let's just see if this team would work. No godlies, no abilities, let's see. We want to do solo so it doesn't scale with other players. If you got this far, thank you, but I doubt that this is going to work. The Sunjin Wu dungeon is carried with all curses because you can still have godless. This you cannot. Obviously, we'll actually put idol back here. Let me just see, could I put Ninel there? I could, but then she won't be reaching this area. Alright, let's do Ninel the second we can. Is that going to stun her though? No, she's good. Right, is she actually... Yeah, look. I don't even think it's possible. I think they're just too fast. You could definitely do it with less modifiers, such as take away the speed here and the regen, and that alone could do it. But no, for a simple run, you want either Ninel or Arthur as your starter. I would suggest Ninel. I think she's easier to get. The boosted Ninel is kind of hard to get, but Ninel on her own is easy, but I suggest boosted. But for Arthur, you would need to do the legend stages. If you can do Ninel boosted, I would say go for it. Especially since her boost is the easier boost. Because if you didn't know, Infernal boosts are way easier than Divine boosts. You just pretty much use Sunjin Wu, Kaido, and 2 money units, and that can get you all the way to 10. But yeah, I suggest Ninel or Arthur, and then Esdef or Yuach is your second, and then just pretty much max them out. Yuach would be better because he has a nuke, but yeah, there's an easy way to do Infernal. If you're still struggling, there'll be a Discord link in the bio for the ALS Roundtable Guild, where we'll be helping people out. We even have our own merch. But yeah, we're helping people out in there. We're doing some giveaways. We just gave away a Ragnar, which is also a really good unit for this, as well as a Madara the other day. But yeah, feel free to check it out if you need help. Thank you for watching the video.